Hello guys, this is Kishan and today we are going to talk on how we can call subprograms. How many different ways are there to call a subprogram. So normally we work with the positional notation. That is, if we have written a procedure or a function and there are three input parameters, we will give three parameters at that very particular place. Like say suppose if we concentrate at the last 2 points, if the procedure is like a raise salary and it has empid number and amount number as input, we would execute it like execute raise salary will pass 101. So this 101 will be associated with employee id, and then amount, that is this 3000, will be associated with amount. So this is nothing but the first way of calling a procedure or a function, that is positional notation, where you specify the actual parameters, that is 101 and 3000, in the same order as that of a formal parameters. So this order is same, like employee ID and amount. Over here also employee ID and amount. So this is one way of calling it, which is most and widely used. The second way of calling it is named notation. So what here we do is, this is like association operation associates an actual parameter. So the association operation is this one, is equal to with this greater than sign. So the association operator which would associate an actual parameter, that is 100, with a formal parameter. So I'll just show this in an example. And the second one is mixed notation, which is a combination of positional notation and that of the named notation. But always the positional notation should come before the named notation. So I'll just show you, instead of going this way, I'll show you with an example. So here I have created a procedure called as raise salary. It has three input parameters. First one employee ID, which is number. Second one amount, which is number. Third one apply update, that is a varchar 2 with a default n. So what I do is, I will update the salary. I'll just add the amount, whatever is given in this procedure, to the existing salary for that particular employee ID. Over here I am using the HR schema and the employees table. And whenever then apply update is Y, I will commit the update and I will give a message on the screen that it is salary is updated and committed. If it is other than Y, I will not update. I will not commit. I will update but I will not commit and show a message on the screen. So this is my procedure. Okay, so I will execute this procedure. The procedure is there, it is compiled now. So now the first one that we saw, that is calling through positional notation. That is, we put 100, the employee ID, at the very place where employee ID is expected, amount at the second location, mapping it with position. And third one is n. Though n is a default value, but we are passing something. Let's say we pass a. So when I execute this, it executes and says salary updated but not committed for employee number 100. So that is done. So this is how we can do positional notation. Over here, the third parameter apply update has a default value. So even if we don't pass some value to it, see, suppose in the second way I'm just putting employee ID and amount. I'm not passing any flag. That apply update I'm not passing. So that is perfectly fine, because it has a default value. It will take it as n. As you can see, I get the same message, salary updated but not committed. Now the third thing that I was talking about is, this association operator would fix and actual parameter to the formal parameter. So over here, as you can see, the first one is employee ID, but what I'm doing is I'm using a named notation. It gives me a freedom that I can pick up any order of parameters. It need not be the same order. I can take the amount first and then I give associate 5000 to it, then I take employee ID associate 100 to it, and then I take apply update and associate n to it. So I take, instead of amount being the second one with name notation, I can take it on the first one. So order is not mandatory, and it will not make any difference when you are using a named notation. I can even take this apply update, the last one, at the very first one. So as you can see, I have totally changed the order. Last become first, second remains second, first becomes third one, and when I do this, it perfectly executes and says salary updated but not committed. So this is the named notation way, where you can jumble up any way you like. And so this is one. And now coming to the third one, that is mixed notation. In mixed notation, we need to take care that always the positional notation comes before named notation. So this is perfectly fine. What I'm saying is 100 comes at the place of employee ID. Then I take apply update, the third parameter, and then I take the second parameter. This is perfectly fine. This is what mixed notation is. You can use both named and position notation, but always use the position notation first. Once you have given any named notation, it should follow with all the named notations. But if you try and do something like first a named notation, then a position, then a named notation, Oracle gets confused. Actually, this is very good that Oracle has stopped. It will say you cannot perform it. A positional parameter association may not follow a named notation. So what happens is you have given a name over here. So it has associated 100 with employee ID. So now you are giving some 3000. Okay. So because already you have given a name notation before, you cannot give a positional notation after that. Though you can give a positional notation and then a named notation, but this other way around is not allowed. So these are the three different ways how we can call any subroutine.